We are finally here. Now, a lot has changed over the last few months. We moved into a new home, we had a baby, and we are finally ready to start bringing you guys new content. This is the new studio. Well, kind of. There's still a lot of work to be done, but at least we can start recording again. One of the most important elements of creating a dedicated recording space is sound management. Now, in my personal experience, people are willing to forgive poor video quality more than they're willing to forgive poor audio quality. Now, this is convenient since it's usually more economical to invest in audio improvements anyway. One such investment are sound absorption tiles. In this video, I'm going to give you a fundamental understanding of sound design, show a contrast between treated and untreated recordings, and offer my recommendations on how to treat your own studio. A common misconception I hear when people talk about these panels is they refer to them as soundproofing tiles. Well, now, as you can see, they actually do a very poor job of soundproofing anything, and that's mostly because that's not really what they were designed to do. Well, if they don't soundproof anything, then what the heck are they for, and why do I see them all over the place? An article over on acousticalsolutions.com basically explains everything I'm going to say, and from the mouth of an actual audio professional. Suffice it to say, it's more accurate to refer to these sound tiles as sound absorbing tiles. Their intended purpose is to absorb and disperse sound waves in order to reduce echo. Think of it this way. Soundproofing would prevent sound from escaping this room, which I don't really care about. Sound absorbing prevents the audio from bouncing around the room, which I do care about since it gets picked up by my microphone. For this reason, we apply sound tiles to flat surfaces to improve how well the sound is absorbed. There's a whole science around sound design, and what I've just given you is my very superficial understanding of the industry. If you're an audio professional, chances are you'll likely want to invest the research, testing, time, and equipment necessary to tailor your recording space to meet your specific needs. But for us here, simply covering this large empty wall in front of me with sound-absorbing materials improves things dramatically. A few months ago, Arrowzoom reached out to me to test some of their premium sound-absorbing materials. Now, this coincided nicely with the completion of our new studio. Arrowzoom provides quality sound solutions for all kinds of audio applications. The products I'm reviewing today are their 2-inch pyramid-style sound-absorbing tiles. They also offer a variety of colors to complement any setup. For the purposes of this review, they sent me 24 of their 25 centimeter by 25 centimeter tiles in black and red. Now, I plan to eventually cover this entire wall with tiles, which will of course help things even more. Now, I had sound absorbing tiles in my previous studio, but they were of a much lower quality than these. At 2 inches thick, these Arrowzoom tiles are twice as tall as what I'm normally used to. They're also much denser and feel substantially heavier. I also noticed that the consistency of the size and shape of the tiles is very good, but keep in mind, these come in vacuum sealed packages, and they'll need a day or two to return to their original shape. The tiles came shipped with a handful of sticky tabs that you can use and to stick them on the wall. They're double-sided. You can get them directly from Arrowzoom. I did use 3M adhesive strips in the past, and while they worked for a while, after a few weeks, the tiles begin to fall off the wall. Now, these tabs supplied by Arrowzoom may work better since they're designed specifically to work with the foam tiles. Instead, I bought a pack of T-pins off Amazon, and those seem to work flawlessly. The tiles perform their intended function very well. Now, with only 24 tiles covering roughly 20% of the wall and zero sound treatment elsewhere in the room, there's definitely still some reverberation going on. But to get an appreciation for the impact these tiles have, let's listen to how the room sounded before any treatment. You are now listening to the raw audio captured before I applied the tiles and with no post-processing assistance. Although there's still some work to be done, hopefully you can hear the difference that these foam tiles make. Apart from the improved audio quality, the tiles also have an aesthetic feature that adds some much needed character to an otherwise bland studio. The colored tiles are especially eye-catching and definitely make an impact. Although I speak rather favorably of Arrowzoom tiles, there were a couple parts of the experience that were definitely less than ideal. First, these things kind of smell. Now, it's not like a gross or unhygienic smell, it's more like a burnt plastic factory kind of smell. Now, they do mention you can wash the tiles with a mild soap and water to remove the odor. If you only have a handful of these, then it's probably not a big deal. The smell will go away eventually. But if you plan on covering your entire room with these things, then a good rinse is definitely recommended. And their website is borderline unusable, and that's the nicest way I can put it. I'll admit the fact that I come from a web development background may influence my personal opinion on this, but regardless, the selection process is very confusing. And the colors depicted on the products vary widely between pictures. You don't really know what they're going to look like until they arrive on your doorstep. And be prepared to wait 10 to 15 seconds for every page on their site to load. Every time you change a page. It's awful. And finally, after you navigate to the checkout, don't be surprised to find the product you thought you selected is not actually what's in your cart. And this is because the product selection page is incredibly misleading. On that page, you will see rows of tiles of varying colors. In almost all situations, the color represented is in fact the color of the tiles you should expect to receive, with one notable exception. These black tiles here are not black. Even when you navigate to the specific product page of these tiles, you'll see a stack of black tiles in the picture. But unlike the other items, this default color does not match the default image provided. If you look carefully, you'll see that these are baby blue tiles. Even after you add them to your cart, you'll still see a picture of black tiles. Now, in fairness, it does say baby blue in the description, but come on, no one over there thinks that might be a problem. That's just poor web design. To add insult to injury, they will not accept returns if you accidentally order the wrong color. Conclusion time. Provided you successfully navigate their website and you receive the product you thought you ordered, you'll end up with a fantastic and affordable audio treatment solution. They look great, they perform fantastic, and honestly, they're relatively inexpensive. I really like these tiles. It's just a shame that a great product is marred by terrible online experiences. Well, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on other reviews like this one. Our new shirts for 2020 are here, so please check those out in the video description and be on the lookout for giveaways that we perform regularly. Thanks again, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.